I got a boulder to break. Oh my god, it's angry! You're not impressed that I took down Boulder? They weren't impressed. Kinda wish I could turn the camera. It's hard to see at this perspective sometimes. Girl. Look. Look at that. What happened here? Where's my village? My parents? My friends? Everything's gone. I had my suspicions, but now I'm sure of it. This isn't our time period. We have to find out what happened. Let's try Genova. Somebody there should be able to tell us. Well, this is 100 years after the boulder fell. So we're 50 years into the future of our present time, I think. The great destroyer shall punish you all. Nee. What did I do to deserve this? Such nimbussals. Nee. Well? Will no one open this door for me? We sent for someone, venerable prophet. Nee. How dare you make me languish here? Ah, finally! One of these days, I'll have to change that mechanism. That's the surest way to protect my precious, my very precious stone of time. Are they shivering because they're scared, or are they shivering because it's cold? Can I break this? Can I have some? Don't even try to scale the pyramid. It's so slippery even the famed ninja squirrels never made it to the top. To get inside, you need to reach it by air. But without wings, it cannot be done. When humans fly, as they say. Entrance to the Great Pyramid is restricted. Only the Prophet and the eldest disciples may go in. And there's no point searching for the key. The door only opens from the inside. Which can be problematic at times, actually. Just the other day, the Prophet was locked out because of a sudden draft. It took a whole week to force the door open, and then it had to be replaced. The Prophet proclaimed drafts to be a sign of the world's annihilation. See that beautiful pyramid? We're the ones who built it. It required lots of hard work. But when water covers everything, we'll be able to take shelter in there. Still, a slight detail has been niggling me. You think it'll float? I came here to become a disciple. But novice training is really difficult. You have to master quite a few skills. I'm not sure I'll make it. The number 5 has always intrigued me. I mean, really. It's a special number, don't you think? It pops up everywhere. The story of the 5 little pigs, the tale of the 5 musketeers, and of course the 5 keys to be collected by the Great Destroyer before annihilating the world. As strange can be. Why 5? I've always dreamed of touching the Stone of Time, but only the Prophet has this honor. The greatest treasure, kept safely atop the pyramid. Do you think that by touching, one can communicate with the Great Destroyer? Do you want to take the novice test? No. It's up to you, but be aware that only the disciples will be saved during the annihilation. No. Sure. Fine. Listen carefully to my question and choose the correct answer. The Great Disaster was the first omen of the world's annihilation. What will the second be? Flood. Yes, exactly. That's exactly why we built the pyramid. That way, we'll all be able to survive when water covers the world. Your novice training isn't over yet. Speak to the other professors to continue the test. Before destroying the world, the Great Destroyer must first do something. What is it? Grind to level 70, reach a power level of 9,000, collect the 5 keys, go to the bathroom. 9,000. That is incorrect. It would seem your education is incomplete. Go back and study the holy word of the Prophet. You can also seek advice from the other disciples. Come back when you have the answer. Collect 5 keys. Yes, that's it. There's surely a hidden meaning to the keys, but the Prophet is unequivocal when it comes to the number 5. Novice training isn't over. The Great Eye symbolizes the Great Destroyer. It is etched into our most precious treasure. What is this treasure? The Triforce. A 1-up mushroom, Excalibur, Stone of Time. Well done. Indeed, the Stone of Time is kept at the very top of the pyramid. The Prophet discovered it near the smug shortly after the Great Disaster. Congratulations, you passed the novice test, but that's only the first step. To become a disciple, you need to go to Windy Valley and climb Mount Alpha. Atop Mount Alpha, you'll have to spend an entire day meditating before our symbol, the Great Eye. Only then you will be ready to become a disciple. Have you been to the top of Mount Alpha? It's accessible via Windy Valley. Oh, Windy Valley, that was the place that I thought had nothing. Well, it did have nothing, but it has something now, I guess. Genova. Check out this place. Sierra Harbor. Oh, this place changed. Moving crates and barrels around all day is exhausting, but it pays good. To be a sailor's wife, you have to learn patience, and then avoid worrying too much, especially with all those tales people tell about the Cursed Isle. Where'd the dude go? Oh, is that him? I still don't have the ability to enter houses. Life isn't all peaches and cream out at sea, but things are even worse on land. Well, at least the captain isn't around to keep tabs on us. Sailors are real superstitious. Just listen to them talk about the cursed isle. They think the ghost of the dreaded pirate Roberts lives there. Nobody knows if he even exists, so his ghost? The latest storm caused more flooding. It gets worse every year. If it keeps up like this, the harbor will be swallowed up by the sea. Phew. Finally a bit of rest. The captain works us to the bone, but being a sailor is a calling. The open sea, exploring the unknown, adventure with a capital A, my friend. If only there weren't all these planks to scrap. Sails to furl, rigging to repair. I came to board the ship, but the captain refuses to leave. May the wrath of the great destroyer strike him down. Well, once we've arrived, I mean. I'd rather nothing happens on the way there. If you want to set sail, you'll have to ask the captain. He's the one who decides when to leave and where we're headed. There will be no leaving the harbor for now. I got a bad feeling, and I'm almost always right. Must be the ghost of that infamous pirate Roberts. That island of the ghosts is cursed, I tell you. If you want to sail, go get a force majeure letter from someone in the Council of Traders. Till then, I won't budge. You should be able to score one in Genova if you look around. But it'll cost you a pretty penny. Traders aren't known to give stuff away. Kinda wish there was a button to just exit dialogue. Because a lot of this dialogue is just repeats. I want to go to Cursed Isle. You are now entering the great trade capital, Genova. Be sure not to make any trouble, and we'll ensure your safety. Traders and disciples, traders and disciples. All day long, all I see are traders and disciples. It's crazy. Has everyone really become a trader or a disciple? I'm a novice. Does that count? You just got to Genova, right? It's obvious from your tan. You've spent too much time outdoors. In Genova, my delicate skin is protected from the sun's harmful rays by the vapors of the smog. Let me through. I'm training. I'll need to build up strength if I want to climb Mount Alpha. That's the only way to become a disciple. Oh, I can enter buildings. Alright, what do we got? Can't examine anything still? I can't seem to find my key to the library, but I'm certain I left it here. Simply must find it to continue my study on the scientific explanation of the predominance of traders in an econo-religious system within a post-disaster society. And where has Mimi gone? Still hanging around with her friends, I suppose. Well, as long as she stays out of trouble and lets me work. Now, where is that blasted key? Can't examine anything. This door's closed. You there, it's your lucky day. You just won this gem of a home. Claiming it is so simple. A child could do it. A child with 10,000 G, that is. My modest purchase fee. So, what do you say? No. Listen, I'd like to cut your jib, so I'm gonna go out of my way and offer you a reduced price. 5,000 G is my final offer. So what do you say? No. You drive a hard bargain. Okay, 500 G in cash upfront. No. If you're broke, you should have said so sooner. I'm very busy, you know. Alright, I got this. Wait. Hold on. The store is closed. Damn. Alright, time to buy it. Yes. You seem to be short, but come back when you have enough. Yes. Ah, thank you. I'm most delighted to to sell you this charming abode. Enjoy your new home. You got the key to your house. Might be a good idea to invest in a keychain, huh? Thank you again for purchasing the house. I don't know what I would have done otherwise. What do we got? Ghost? There's... Oh, I'm back there? Oh. Would you like to sleep? Sure. You feel well rested and raring to go. But why did you sell me the house? I don't understand. Why did you sell me the house? What's wrong with the house? Who are you? Have you noticed these pipes outside Genova? They pump the smog that provides us with energy. What is smog composed of? I don't know. Why? Do you think it could be dangerous? Oh, it's McDonald's! They're still in business! I like how everything's natural. You know all the food is guaranteed smog-free? That means it's healthy. And what's more important in life than being healthy? Man, the food here is amazing. Me and the wife come here all the time. No doubt about it. It's nice to eat something other than camp food. Luckily, I've moved up in the ranks. Otherwise, I'd still be digging with the other idiots. Gotta say, once you're selected to join the elite, you got it easy. I drank to all those Morons who believe in the Great Destroyer. Without their donations, we could never afford this kind of joint. His face is all red, and he's barely speaking. I hope he didn't eat anything too spicy. Makes him seem so delicate. It's adorable. It has been months since I started saving up to ask Flora out on this restaurant. So I want to tell her how I feel, but I just can't. Welcome to McDonald's. We've been serving healthy gourmet food for over 100 years. My great-grandfather founded this restaurant, which fast became the best place to dine in all of Genova. He's a real legend in our family. Yo, what about your worker? You're one worker. Isn't that Elizabeth? Sure, the Great Disaster flattened a whole part of the continent, but that's also where we get smog from. As they say, all's well that ends well, right? Well, except for all the victims of the Great Disaster, of course. But then apparently they didn't suffer at all. Boom, gone in an instant. I mean, I don't know much about it. I wasn't born yet. She looks a lot like Elizabeth from Bioshock. Bioshock Infinite. Good there? Huh? What? By lying stretched out on the ground, I can commune with the Great Destroyer. The Great Destroyer is an whatever. He will destroy the world in order to rebuild it. Do you think he can hear me? Plus the library I couldn't get into before. Look, Kuro, the Imperial Library. I'm not sure what it's like now, but in my day it was known for its many documents. I bet if we go there we'll find out plenty about this time period. They're also likely to have something on the location of the Magillets. We'll have to find another one to get back home, seeing as the one that got us here was destroyed. But Magillets are quite rare, and even if we were to find one, how would we activate it? Not to mention, it could end up taking us to an entirely new era. Menos, stop being so defeatist. What else can we do besides try? Nothing we can do will change anything. My people, my son, all of them dead. Kuro, I think Manos is going to need some time to adjust. Let's try finding information as fast as we can. I smile and nod. Library access is restricted to researchers. They are the only ones with keys. Yeah, I know. We would want to read books anyway. Utterly pointless. This door is closed. Okay, nothing there. Have you ever been to the Emperor's former palace? No. If you become a very wealthy trader, one day maybe you two can join the Council of Traders. Oh? How'd you manage that? Only the Council of Traders can access the palace. Many years ago, this was the Emperor's palace, but nowadays it's where the Council of Traders operates from. Most of the traders reside in the palace, with the exception of a few, like Mr. Mudwell, who live in town. Dude, it's been 100 years. How is he still alive? When I gaze at this fountain, I think of the future. The Prophet has revealed it to us. He alone holds the truth. Water will wash over the world, and all will be flooded. The Greek destroyer is already at work, but the Prophet will save us. When I was young, I often came and played in the streets of Genova. But after the Great Disaster, the city became a terrible place, with the traders and the Prophets seizing power. And the smog makes me cough, and many residents have fallen sick as well. Ever since, I've cut down on trips to Genova as much as possible. Can't examine anything. No, don't take. In the bureau. After a long day, members of the militia come and rest here in the old Imperial Guard room. It's funny to think that 100 years ago, during the war, soldiers actually lived here. They must have had very skilled lieutenants to have won the war. Yeah, skilled. I'd rather eat here than in the tavern. This way I can save up money to buy myself a meal at McDonald's every once in a while. Makes me drool just thinking about it. McDonald's. If the Prophet has his rules, so does the militia. First rule of the militia, you do not talk about the militia. Second rule of the militia, you do not talk about the militia. And don't even ask about Rule 34. Rule 34? Oh no. Is it don't talk about the militia? Or is it something else? My plan is to work in the militia for a few years. After that, I'll save up and become a wealthy trader. It could happen. It's in our constitution even. Well, very few have done it so far, except for the sons of the traders, of course, but that's only natural, right? Anyway, I'll be one of the first to make it big. I just need to pull myself up from my bootstraps. I joined the militia to defend Genova, not to apprehend blasphemers. Plus, with every passing day, the definition of blasphemy gets broader. At this rate, I can't say how far we'll go. Maybe we'll end up throwing everybody in the smug. The militia is being increasingly replaced with patrols of the Prophet's disciples. Oh, but I'm not a blasphemer. Just maybe it'd be better to keep things separate. Do you believe in the Great Destroyer? If you believe what the Prophet's disciples say, he's going to destroy the world. But if you ask for a precise date, they all get pretty vague. Maybe it won't happen for a few centuries. Oh my god. I recognize two of these three characters. So that's Sakura from Street Fighter. Left is Annie from League of Legends, and I don't know who the right one is. Let's double check everything first. Mimi, did you get the key? Yep, Saku. I got it. Brilliant. How about you, Ribbon? Do you have the map? Yeah, boss. I got the map. Awesome! I hereby declare, Operation No Toys but Plenty of Books has begun. Saku, I think we should come up with a better name for our operation. I think so too. How about we call it Operation Super Mimi? Ah, no. Mimi, it's not just your operation, it's all of ours. And so, might I suggest, Operation Saku and her friends? No way. Why should there be only your name in our operation? Maybe because it was my idea in the first place? Well, I'm the one who stole my dad's key. If I get caught, I won't get dessert for at least 3 days. Which means I'm the one taking the biggest risk here. Stop arguing, you two. I just want to read the books that are hidden in the library. It's so boring without any toys. So why not call our operation Operation Books for Ribbon? No! Boo-hoo. You guys are so mean to me. I'm gonna cry. Ribbon. Come on now, don't throw a fit. Hey, how about we go back to our HQ and choose the name? Good idea, Mimi. Alright, everyone return to HQ. Hey! Wait for me, you guys. Well, they have the key. You don't look like you're from around here. Bit of advice. Try not to blaspheme near disciples or certain members of the militia. Makes no difference to me, but some are a bit overzealous. How do you blaspheme? Oh, there's loads of different ways, but they just seem to get more uncompromising every day. Tell you what. Better yet, don't say a thing. Anyway, you don't really look like the chatty type. I smile and nod. The old Imperial jail was abandoned, since there weren't any need for it. Oh, there's plenty of criminals out there, mainly blasphemers. But they were too expensive to feed and house. Don't get me wrong, we're not savages. We're not gonna execute them or anything. That would be way too expensive. Anyway, no. Instead, we send them into the smug. Nobody's ever come back, but at least we're giving them a shot. Sewer doesn't exist anymore. The disciples train at the Prophet's Pyramid west of here. It's got a big eye engraved on it. You can't miss it. Oh, there's childcare. Isn't it? Back in the Imperial days, this place was an orphanage for children whose parents died in the war. Nowadays, it's a home for people bankrupted by the traders and who have nothing left. Would have preferred taking care of the children. Adults only get what they deserve. It's their own fault if they're in debt, right? Makes you wonder why they do it. Didn't anybody tell them what might happen? Why? Why did I accept that contract? Every day I ask myself the same question, over and over. My wife's never forgiven me. To think that I was taught just to say no to traders who want to sell me things I don't need. Leave me. I just want to die alone. I really tried, you know. After working so hard, I'd almost managed to become a trader. And now I've lost everything. It's my fault. All my fault. Oh, audio glitched a bit there. Prophet Patrol, anything to report. Any individual who insults the Great Destroyer is to be considered a blasphemer, or anyone insulting the Prophet who was sent here as our savior. Of course, simply doubting the Great Destroyer's existence is blasphemous in itself. Just because the world will be annihilated by the Great Destroyer doesn't mean you should deny his existence. Only those who've helped the Prophet will be saved. Prophet Patrol, anything to report. If you come across a blasphemer, please alert us immediately. The Great Destroyer will reward you with his truth. Oh. Red cube. Hello there. We have lots of high quality equipment for sale, all forged with the power of smug. Take your pick. Smug boots, -6 defense. Smug belt. Buy a smug belt for 100G. You got a smug belt. You don't want to tighten this too much. Smug boots. You got smug boots. No more smelly feet. Now they just smell like smug. Thank you. Come back soon. Does it just equip the highest? Yeah, it just equips the strongest thing, right? Oh, my sweet. One day I'll take you far away from the smoke fumes, all the way to Sylph Forest where the time stands still. Our love will be eternal there. Aw, that's so romantic. But I'd rather go hiking on the frozen continent, with only our love to warm our frozen, bitten bodies. I'm your faithful knight. Your wish is my command. Oh, my love. Oh, my darling. How about I invite my mother to come along? How about we forget the whole thing? You ruined it. Seemed like a good idea, didn't it? This also looks like Elizabeth. Oh, it's still there. When I was little, I'd always go hide in the sewers with my friends. It was full of rats and other disgusting stuff, but man did we have a good time. But ever since the Great Disaster, I just don't enjoy life anymore. I can't get in there. Why does everyone look like Elizabeth? God. Mommy worries a lot, and are all adults like that? Our family has been poor for generations, but at least before we could see the sun. Now everything uses smoke. The smoke blocks out the sun, and everyone's getting sick. The traders are the only ones getting richer. What do we get out of it, huh? I worry about my daughter's future. Oh. Adventurers of the Snow Queen by Walt D. Good thing there is no sound. No sound. Are you in the market for a smug-fueled furnace? Step right up. Ours is the very best out there. Guaranteed to have minimal smug emissions. And at an unbeatable price too. Buy a smug furnace and you'll save on wood. It's very good for the forest. Did you know that? And if you purchase one right now, you'll pay 0.1% less tax. So, what do you say? Excellent! Wait, you're not a citizen. Sorry, in that case I'm unable to to help you. What are you, sales pitch proof? If everybody's like you, my business will go down the drain. Do you really think the Great Destroyer caused the Great Disaster? What about this business with the 5 keys he needs to collect before destroying the world? Good question. Haha! Oh, how easy it is to cook with a smug burning stove. I can't do without it anymore. What? You've heard smug fumes are toxic. Everyone has to die of something. Plus, considering how much it cost me, I have to make good use of it now. You got scammed. Why did they only put like one book you can read? Like, I'm trying to examine as much as I can, but nothing pops up. Yeah, that's the tavern I'll go into there last. This should be the rich people, right? It's a great honor for a disciple to be able to guard Mr. Fogwell's home. Oh, you don't know Mr. Fogwell? He's only one of the richest merchants in the whole continent. Mr. Fogwell is a really nice trader. Maybe too nice, in fact. Whenever he says hello, I immediately want to buy something from him. Either way, he's a very powerful trader. You have a piranha plant. The missus is so demanding. I'm more frightened of her than of the Great Destroyer. I'm not even sure he actually exists. The missus, on the other hand, I couldn't be more sure. I've gone blasphemed without meaning to. Please don't turn me to the disciples, I beg you. For goodness sake, Marion. I've told you 1,000 times not to wrinkle the linens. You poor girl, you have absolutely no sense of perfection. The Great Destroyer demands perfection, and I serve the Prophet, who represents the Great Destroyer. You have a fancy hat. How to become a successful merchant by C. Ponzi. Well, hello there, citizen. What can I do for you? Nothing at all. Who are you? Oh, I'm but a humble trader from a long line of traders. My grandfather was already a professional merchant at the time of the Empire. He was a real hero, helping those who needed passage in or out of Genova during the war. He did many favors, and he also earned money to keep by working hard. Thus was born the Fogwell dynasty. What a beautiful story, ain't it? What can I do for you? Who are you? Okay, well, we went through this. The Great Disaster. The Great Disaster happened 60 years ago, on the 50th anniversary of the Empire's victory over the demons. No one knows exactly what happened, except that a huge explosion wiped out the southern part of the continent. Genova was not entirely spared, and the turmoil was followed ultimately led to the Empire's demise. Thankfully, the traders were there to restore order. The traders. After the Great Disaster, my father and his merchant friends came to the Empire's rescue. They formed the council that would take action necessary for Genova's survival. Someone needed to act quickly. What with all the chaos? The militia was created to replace the army. The former imperial tax system was abolished to make way for a fairer system. They gave people their freedom back. Since then, everyone is free to do and trade and become wealthier. Oh, naturally, traders' sons all became traders themselves, but at least everyone has a chance. The smoke. The explosion of the Great Disaster left behind a gaping hole, filled with this strange substance. As no one rightly knew what the stuff was, people called it smog. Our scientists quickly found that the smog could be used as an energy source. Traders declared a monopoly on the buying and selling of smog, and built this smug line to transport it to Genova. Since then, everything here has been fueled with smug, and every time people use some, more money lines the council's pockets. It isn't technology grand. Boat. So you're looking to get to the Cursed Isle. It's a weird place. I wouldn't go near it if I were you. But hey, it's your call. A force majeure letter signed by me is all you need to set sail. Naturally, it'll cost you. Would you have something interesting to trade? Key to my house. What on earth is that? Why would I want that? Why do I have sugar? Oh, why? That's one of my grandfather's badges. I thought they had all been lost in the Great Disaster. The value is strictly sentimental. Please, give it to me in exchange for a pass of safe conduct. No. You're really heartless, you know that? The Great Disaster. My village swallowed up by the smoke. And look what's become of Genova, Curl. Is that really our future? He did not mention demons. They must be hiding somewhere. I cannot believe they all vanished into thin air. That's not the #1 problem here. My village, my parents, everyone's gone. Curl, we have to stop this great disaster from happening. I understand your anguish, Miss Fina, but if it is indeed possible to change the course of events, we should start by saving my people. That can't be changed, Menos. The demon's defeat is a part of history. I learned about it in school. It's in the past. What's happened here? That hasn't happened yet. Perhaps in your past, Miss Fina, but to me your present is my future. What might happen to the Empire is none of my concern. I want my people to live, not to be wiped out by our enemy. But if the Empire doesn't defeat the demons, that could change everything. I mean, maybe I wouldn't even exist. It's just too risky. And what of the people who live here and now? Maybe they too will disappear if you alter the past. Does that not bother you at all? But who knows exactly what can or cannot be changed? It may well be that all of this already exists. Perhaps we have already come here. We have done all this, so no matter what we do, nothing can be changed. You know what, Menos? I don't really know. But I'm at least going to try. That's all we can do. How about you, Kuro? Do you think we can change time? No. You're just pessimist, the both of you. And if we can, what do you think we should change? Oh my god, I can speak. Nothing. Seriously? That's just stupid. You must prevent the Great Disaster, Kuro, and I'll do it by myself if you won't help me. Well, we still need to be able to return back time. I do not know what is possible or even reasonable to hope for. Before anything else, we must find a Magilith. On that much I completely agree, Menos. Let's go to the library and dig up some info. I have a good feeling we'll find out where there's a Magilith. You heard that, Kuro? Let's get going. "100 Ways to Use Extra Money" by Bill G. What an interesting problem. There's a landscape. That reminds you of something. Hey, It does remind you of something. A boat. Alright. I'll give you the thing. Oh? Why? Okay. Yep. Yes. Thank you. As promised, here you go. You got a pass of safe conduct. Captain Stubbing will welcome you aboard with a smile.